How to finding sources of inspiration. We all know the feeling, that bland, tedious, everyday is exactly the same sensation that sets in as you begin to question whether your path in life is the right one. Self-doubt and a lack of motivation are all too common side effects of modern life that can leave you feeling utterly deflated. However, by actively seeking out sources of inspiration in the world around you and drawing upon the reserves of inspiration that exist within you, it's possible to breathe joy back into your life and start working towards your dreams. Whether you're looking for the inspiration to complete a personal passion project or simply looking for ways to get through your day, wikihow will be helping you in that. Look for inspiration in nature. Musicians, poets, painters, artists, and other highbrow intellectuals have long drawn upon nature's beauty as a source of inspiration, but, in truth, you don't have to be an egghead to be inspired by nature. For instance, simply taking a short walk in a nearby park or a nature preserve can be a reinvigorating experience. In addition to being a potentially inspiring experience, it feels great to get out into the wilderness and experience nature firsthand, so don't delay. As you walk through nature, try to take in the beautiful, minute details around you. Get inspired from it. For instance, notice the simple, yet the perfectly crafted beauty of a flower or see the scenic quality of a creek flowing beside you. The beauty of nature can be effortless, but it's never unremarkable. Look for historical sources of inspiration. If you ever feel like there's no way that you, an ordinary person, can achieve great things, know that history offers hundreds of real-life examples which prove this idea wrong. Some of the history's most inspirational stories are well-known, like those of Socrates, William Shakespeare, Jesse Owens, Andrew Carnegie, Nikola Tesla, Mother Teresa, Steve Jobs, and so on, but countless more people who are less well-known had similarly huge impacts on history. Below are just a few. Frank Willis, security guard at the Watergate office building in Washington, D.C. in the 1970s, whose discoveries sparked the famous Watergate political scandal. Ziryab, Persian slave in the 8th and 9th centuries who, upon becoming free, went on to become a master artist, scientist, and inventor. Among his inventions, the three-course meal. Nikola Tesla, a great inventor, who sleep nearly 2 hours a day and work for his inventions for years and years. He had registered nearly 278 patents of his own inventions. Audie Murphy, after being turned down by the Navy and Marine Corps, joined the Army during World War II and became one of the most decorated soldiers in history for his astounding courage in battle. Candace Lightner, formed Mothers Against Drunk Driving (MAD) after the hit-and-run death of her daughter at the hands of a drunk driver, which led to sweeping drunk driving reform in the United States. Look for fictional and artistic sources of inspiration. While real life has more sources of inspiration than can ever be accessed, fictional stories created by humans can be just as inspiring. Movies, books, songs, and other forms of art can tell inspirational stories and offer transformative new perspectives on age-old problems. As an added bonus, these things are all fairly accessible today, especially compared to certain real-life sources of inspiration. For instance, it's easy to download a new movie or song, but not so easy to start pursuing your secret mountain climber. Below are just a few examples of the countless fictional and artistic sources of inspiration that exist today. The Shawshank Redemption, the classic uplifting tale of the relationship that develops between two prisoners over the decades. The Brothers Karamazov, Fyodor Dostoevsky's 19th-century masterpiece, tells a tale of love, death, family, evil, and redemption in Tsarist Russia. A must-read. Somewhere Over the Rainbow, a simple yet beautiful song about the age-old hope that something better is waiting for you somewhere out there in the world. This song has been covered by dozens of musicians, so many different versions exist. Space Jam, Michael Jordan and the Looney Tunes team up to defeat basketball-playing space aliens. It doesn't get much more inspirational than this. Look for inspirational details in old, familiar things. Sometimes, inspiration is all around us, just waiting to be noticed. If you're feeling particularly uninspired, try doing something you've done many times before or going somewhere you've been countless times while keeping a keen eye out for details you may not have noticed before. Noticing a tiny new detail in something that you're intimately familiar with can lead you on a trail of discoveries that can give you a completely new understanding of the place or process you're revisiting. As an example, let's say you visit a nature preserve near your home that you've been to dozens of times before. This time, however, on your walk, you make an effort to venture off of the path you've taken so many times before and actively seek out new details. By doing this, you may find something new, like, for instance, a massive ant colony located just off of the trail that you were previously unaware of. Read motivational and self-help literature. It's definitely worth noting that many books, publications, and articles specifically detail the process of becoming motivated and inspired to achieve a goal or reach for the stars. These sources can vary greatly in terms of length, credibility, and quality. Some are written by PhDs, while others are written by self-appointed experts. Some have great, life-changing advice, while others are written primarily to make money for the author. Some are comprehensive guides for how to live your whole life, while others detail only very specific aspects of life. Only you will know which self-help resources are useful for you. However, whenever possible, try only to research your choices. You don't want to waste money on snake oil treatments or common sense advice packaged as profound insight, so only pay for self-help resources that are well reviewed and verified by independent sources. Tips. Try to be yourself in everything you do. It's difficult to be inspired if you're busy pretending to be someone else. Listen to music that you really love. Warnings. Don't develop an obsession with self-help resources. While they can be helpful, you don't need to spend money on lots of books, tapes, and other resources to become inspired.